Rough seas were witnessed along Mangaluru's coast in Dakshina Kannada as well after cyclone Nisarga made its landfall in Maharashtra. The district administration issued an orange alert across the district. Fishermen have been directed not to venture into the seas. Despite surging waves lashing the coast, a few residents were seen posing for photographs at the Mangaluru coast in complete disregard to their personal safety. The residents happily took photos of each other despite the alert issued by district authorities to stay away from the beaches. Coastal town of Karwar witnessed rough seas and surging waves after cyclone Nisarga made landfall in Maharashtra. Surging waves were seen lashing the coast. Fishermen headed out were also directed to turn back to the shores. A fishing trawler hailing from UDUPI sank off the coast of Goa after encountering rough seas due to the cyclone. The trawler, identified as Durga Hanuma, sank after developing leaks in the choppy waters. Fortunately, no loss of lives has been reported as well, and the fishermen were rescued by the nearby boats. Coastal district of UDUPI too witnessed heavy showers. Normal life was thrown out of gear after heavy rains lashed the city. Meanwhile, surging waves too battered the coast. Residents along the coast and fishermen were asked not to venture out by the district administration. Rains that lashed Raichur left several areas submerged in the city. Several houses were seen inundated by the rain waters. Normal life was thrown out of gear. Around 147 returnees arrived in Vijaypura by the Mumbai-Gadag Express train from Mumbai. The health officials subjected the returnees to institutional quarantine as per the state government guidelines. Special buses were arranged to ferry the returnees to institutional quarantine.
ಅದರ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ ಬಗ್ಸಿ ಏನು ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಿಲ್ರಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿವಿ ಯಾರು ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅದೇನರ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರಾ ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ತಿಲ್ರಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅದರ ನಮ್ಮ
Close to 42 people returned to Bagalkot on the Mumbai-Gadag Express train. Health officials screened the returnees as per the state government's guidelines. They were later sent to institutional quarantine. Close to 107 people returned to Gadag on the Mumbai-Gadag Express train. Health officials screened the returnees at the railway station as per the state government's guidelines. They were later sent to institutional quarantine. Gadag railway station was witness to a tearful reunion for a family which got stranded in Mumbai due to the lockdown. The past 3 months had turned into a harrowing one for the family after Gadag resident Manjunath's wife Lata and their 2 kids Gauri and Ganesh got stranded at Lata's hometown near Mumbai.
ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡೀನಿ ಬರೀ ಅಳೋದು ಕೂಡೂ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ಮನ್ಯಾಗ ಕುಂದ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದು ಈಗ ಅದ ನೋಡಿದ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಳಿಂದ ಅಳಾಕತ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್ ಅದ ಒಂದೇ ಚಂದಾಗಿ ಬಂದಾರಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದು ಇದು ದೇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅದೇ ಬಿಡ್ಕೊಂತೇನೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ
ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿನಾಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ ತಾಯಿ ಮನೆ ಭೇಟಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಮಮ್ಮಿ ಪಪ್ಪ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಂತಂದು ಸರ್ ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಲಾಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಐತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಅದು ಸೊಲೆಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸಿಕ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿವಿ ನಾವು ಲಾಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಸಲೆಗೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹೌದ್ರಿ ಭಾಳ ಕಠಿಣ ಇತ್ತು ಅವ್ರ ಪಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು 2 ತಿಂಗಳ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಾತ್ರಿ ಸರ್
Kalburgi has reported a total of 405 positive cases. 105 new cases were reported in the district on Tuesday. Of this, a majority of the cases are returnees from Maharashtra. Raichur district health officials shifted 3 primary contacts of a COVID-19 patient to the designated COVID hospital. The contacts of patient number 2254 who hail from Musky in Raichur were shifted to the COVID hospital after reportedly displaying symptoms of the deadly virus. A COVID-19 lab set up at Brims Government Medical Institute in Bidar commenced its operations. The lab has been certified by the Indian Council of Medical Research and was set up under the State Natural Disaster Management Relief Fund. The lab is capable of testing close to 600 samples a day. Residents of Kalgatgi in rural Dharwad are now a worried lot after a flour mill owner tested positive in the area. Accordingly, the health officials have swung into action and the entire area has been sealed off. The residents were also screened by the officials. Raichur is seeing a large number of Mumbai returnees arriving in the recent days. As per state government guidelines, all returnees are being institutionally quarantined. Accordingly, Raichur Superintendent of Police Vedamurthy inspected one of the quarantine centers at Devdurga and Raichur. The SP took stock of the situation and asked the personnel and staff to adhere to the health safety guidelines. Medical Education Minister Dr. K. Sudhakar held a meeting with UDUPI district officials. The meeting was conducted at the Rajatadri Bhavan in Manipal. Sudhakar conducted the meet after close to 150 COVID cases were reported from the coastal district on Tuesday. The minister also discussed about the measures to be taken to contain the spread of the deadly virus. The timely action taken by Hoskote MLA Sharath Bachegowda has helped prevent the spread of COVID-19 at a village near Hoskote. Sharath Bachegowda ensured that random COVID testing was conducted at Chikkakorati village after a pregnant woman tested positive in the village. This proved to be beneficial as a woman who had been the secondary contact of the pregnant lady too tested positive for the virus. Health officials had failed to test the secondary contacts of the pregnant woman after her primary contacts tested negative. The MLA's timely action has received the praise of the local residents. Belagavi Zilla Panchayat administration has postponed the standing committee elections that were slated to be held on Thursday. The elections were postponed indefinitely after Belagavi reported close to 51 positive cases on Tuesday. The directive was issued by the Zilla Panchayat administration in this regard. Channagiri MLA Madal Virupakshappa inspected the Manrega works undertaken in this constituency at Davanagere. The Manrega works are said to have employed residents from close to 60 villages in his constituency. The MLA commenced several infrastructure projects under the Manrega project to provide employment to the labourers returning back to Davanagere due to the lockdown. The much-delayed ring road in Hassan was finally inaugurated. The ring road was inaugurated by local BJP MLA Preetham Gowda. The road works had progressed at a slow pace due to the delay in awarding compensation to the local farmers. However, social distancing was completely given a miss during the inauguration ceremony. Hassan BJP MLA Preetham Gowda said that B.S. Yadurappa will continue as Chief Minister till 2023. Downplaying the dissidents in BJP, he said that Yadurappa will not only complete his term but will also win the 2023 Assembly elections too.
ಚಂದ್ರ ಸೂರ್ಯರದ 2023 ಮೇ ತನಕ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪ ಅವರು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. 2023 ಚುನಾವಣೆಯನ್ನು ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪ ಅವರ ನೇತೃತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಚುನಾವಣೆಯನ್ನು ಎದುರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
Chaotic scenes were witnessed at opposition leader Siddaramaya's press conference in Koppal. The former chief minister, who was on his way to visit his constituency, dropped in at the inspection bungalow in Koppal to attend the conference. As a result, several party officials gathered at the venue to accord the leader a grand welcome, thus giving social distancing a complete miss. The opposition leader Siddaramaya also took a dig at Prime Minister Narendra Modi over the GDP growth. Speaking to reporters, Siddaramaya said that the GDP growth had fallen by 4.2% under Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He also taunted the BJP, saying that this was the Prime Minister's greatest achievement.
ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿಯವರು 6 ವರ್ಷಗಳಾಯಿತು ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ. GDP 19-20ಕ್ಕೆ 4.2% ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿಯವರ ಸಾಧನೆ.
Former Minister UT KHADAR demanded a probe into the PUMPWELL circle incident. The former minister condemned the act of installing a flex by a few miscreants, demanding that the flyover being renamed after freedom fighter Veer Savarkar. KHADAR said that the circle was named after Jain saint Mahavir and it was wrong to change the existing name. He also said that the act was politically motivated.
ಇದರ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನು, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಇದರ ವಿಚಾರ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಯಾರು ಇಂಥ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇದನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಅದು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಮತ್ತು ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ.
Police have registered a FIR in connection with the land encroachment case at Harapanahalli in Ballari. The cops have named 10 individuals accused of allegedly encroaching upon close to 2,000 acres of land belonging to the state government. The alleged land encroachment had been met with widespread protests in the villages of Mallekatti, Narayanpura and Harapanahalli. Agreeing to their demands, the police have filed a complaint against the alleged encroachers. A 20-year-old person was electrocuted to death in Yadgir after coming in contact with a live wire. The deceased youth has been identified as Mahantesh. The incident took place at Arkare village in Yadgir. Mahantesh had climbed the electricity pole to repair the power cables when the incident occurred. In some tragic news, a man was killed after a tree fell on him in Kalburgi. The incident was reported from Kalburgi prison quarters in the city. The deceased man has been identified as Govinda. Govinda is said to be the husband of prison staffer Parubai. A farmer was killed after a shed collapsed on him at Badami in Bagalkot. The deceased farmer has been identified as Channa Basappa. The farmer who had taken shelter in the shed sustained injuries on his head and neck. He was later shifted to a private hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. In an inhumane incident, the body of a newborn child was found dumped in a cardboard box in Gadag. The incident was reported at the Kittur Rani Circle in the city. The newborn's body was found by local residents who immediately alerted the authorities. According to preliminary reports, the child was reportedly born in the government hospital close by.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕೂಸು ತಂದು ಹಾಕಿ ಹೋಗ್ಯಾರ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಬಂಗಿ ಸಂದಾಗ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಒಂದು ರಟ್ಟಿನ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ನಾಗ ಅದು ಬಂದು ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲಿನ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಫೋಟೋ ತೆಗೆದು ಹಾಕಿ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ನೋಡಿ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಮಾಡಕತ್ತಾರೆ